Hello, guys. How are you?
Yeah, I know it's been a minute, but it's been a while since you heard from us, but we went on a vacation to Vegas.
Vegas, baby. It was so much fun. We had so much fun. It was such a nice time to, reconnect and all that. Yeah.
And today we are back with a very important discussion.
Okay, so this is how I would start. So I heard a story recently about, one of these, speakers and pastors on Instagram. It was talking about that when he newly married and his wife, they had like maybe yam and egg, let's say yam and egg, fried egg in the night. And then he woke up this following morning, they were having like rice and stew and something. And then he took a bite of his rice, and it was kind of like he felt like he ate part of the
Yes,
egg from
something.
yesterday, and he felt really bad because he felt like, why would we eat food from yesterday night and eat it this morning? Why would you even microwave egg that you put in the fridge for me this morning? Like when we are not suffering.
Even for me, it sounds weird.
And it got me thinking because I'm that kind of person, basically because I come from a home that we don't waste stuff. We do something new with stuff until if it's not really like spoiled or kind of smelling funny, we don't really throw them away. So it was kind of something that me and my
Yeah.
husband had like a discussion over when we nearly started dating.
And this particular um topic or characters is very important because I've heard a lot of people had serious conflict, a lot of couples had serious conflict because of these characteristics. And sometimes I start to think that when you're choosing a partner, or even if you've already chosen your own partner and you guys are married, does it matter that you guys come from the same socio-economic background? Is that a new factor that we should start considering? Because if both of them came from a similar socio-economic background, there's a chance that that would not be a conflict.
I think I guess it just depends on family dynamics. Like different families have like different
Mm-hmm.
situations. Let's assume like I come from a family that I'm very conservative. I am very prudent on spending. I have to think about, is this a need or is this a want before I buy it. But my husband comes from a place that there's no money that we don't spend. As far as we can pay it back, even with the loan, as far as we can pay it back, let's spend it. It's gonna come back, that kind of vibe. It's just something that you have to really think about. Can I really, really, really able to balance these differences between me and my spouse?
Are you saying that it doesn't matter the socio-economic background that people came from? For example, would you advise someone from a poor home and someone from a rich home to get married? Would you advise that?
I think people's life, or people's the way people grow up is really important, but it's not the only factor that affects their life, because experiences also does that. So even if you're from a rich background, but you've lived through some experiences, your mindset might be a little bit different. And so even if you meet somebody from a different background, you people can still flow on a certain wavelength.
We've seen marriages that work, marriages between people from different social economic background that works. Also, I agree with you that there are a lot of things that differentiate us. But I think this is one thing I would like our listeners and followers to take away. Whoever you're marrying, and if you're married as well, maybe this is something you're going to rewire yourself. You have to retrain yourself about. It is important to understand your spouse background. Now, when I say understanding your spouse background, it is all about, if my wife or my husband is taking a decision, where is it coming from?
Mm-hmm.
For
Yeah.
example, growing up, I know of friends whose the way they live in their home, they struggle for everything in terms of food. So if they prepare some meal, you can't flinch and say, I'm not hungry yet, because you're not going to find anything left. Someone coming from that background, and compared to someone coming from a background of abundance, there are going to be differences in their character. For example, if someone coming from um the tough background,
Yeah.
if they take a decision in the house, it is probably as a result of their childhood, how they lived growing up.
Experiences. Yeah.
If the spouse does not understand that background, it's going to feel so foreign. Like, how can you think that way? And this is what I want our listeners to take away from this conversation today. Understand the background of your spouse. So when they make decisions, when they take actions, you probably will have a fair understanding of where they are coming from and why they are taking that decisions.
I agree kind of. Also because people have different experiences and different lifestyle growing up. Just make sure you marry somebody that is teachable. People have good and bad. You yourself, you have your good and bad
I mean,
parts.
you yourself, you have
And
to
so
be
yes,
teachable and
everybody has to be
adaptable.
teachable and adaptable. Like if there's something bad that you do that you don't even see it as bad, just because that's how your family has been
Yep.
doing it.
Yep.
If your partner brings it to your notice, I'll be like, I don't like the way you shout. Your voice is
Mm,
just too loud.
mm,
The way you talk is it's kind of like you are fighting, kind of like it's an aggressive, even though you are
mm,
talking normally.
mm,
Can you please,
mm.
calm down when
Give
you
you a
talk?
room.
Yes. So you'll be conscious of that and be like, okay, I think I need to tone down a bit. I'm not aggressive. That's just the way I talk. But
Yeah, instead of just saying, nah, I'm not
no,
aggressive.
I'm like that though. That's how I am.
Understand where the other person is coming from.
Definitely,
So
yeah.
both of you need to probably have that conversation and teach yourself. I think that's the main point that I would like our readers or our listeners to take away from
Yes,
today's
definitely.
conversation.
So if you were able to learn one or two things, I'm happy that you are here. Thank
Drop
you so
us a
much. Yeah.
comment. Whatever you learn, whatever you feel is correct, whatever you feel is right, drop us a comment. This journey of marriage
I,
we,
it's a
we must
partnership.
continue to learn and grow from
Yeah,
it.
definitely.
But on to the next one, guys. We have to head out and go.
Bye, guys. See you later.
All right, bye.
Bye.